Hey everybody! Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch. And here we are. It is almost the end of November, so we're doing an update. I have quite a bit to show you. Lots of stitching. And that's partly because I've had this week and last week off of work. So I've gotten a lot done. I went on a small girls retreat, like friend retreat, to Pennsylvania this last weekend. So I got a lot of stitching done. I have WIPs. I have an FFO. No, not an FFO. I have a finish, just a finish. It's not fully finished. I have some laced pieces that I'm going to show. I've showed them on the channel before, but they're laced now, and I want to talk about it because I don't think that it's being utilized enough, the resource that I have. So you're welcome, Colleen. I hope she gets more business. So here we go. And then I have some haul, like very, 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 very small amount of haul. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects to show. 5 of those are WIPs. Okay, are we ready? This shouldn't take too long. We'll see. Okay, so let's start with the WIPs. And I'm just gonna, there's no order here. It's not like an order of when I worked on them or anything like that. So, the first one I'm gonna show is a new start. And I'm showing this because it's in the hoop and I'm currently working on it and I don't feel like taking it out of the hoop. I got like 1,200 stitches put in yesterday. It doesn't look like anything, but here is the photo, and then let me pull out my notes because I don't know that much about the charts yet. So this one is called Books and Flowers 1, and the store and designer is called Charlie's Official Store. I have a couple of charts from them. I'm doing one of them, I think it's just one. One of them is a sale that I'm doing with Dawn Marie. Her channel is DM's Crafty Vortex. And they were so sweet. The store, Charlie's Official Store, she reached out to me on Instagram. She was like, hey, I saw that you're already working on one of our pieces. Sorry, I'm getting like a note on my computer. Let me get rid of that. And she was like, but I still want to send you something if you could show it on your YouTube or and Instagram and whatever. So I was like, absolutely. I already love the one pattern I'm working on. I have a few others that I want to start. But she was like, just go through and let me know what you want. And I was like, great. So I went through, I had a list of a couple and I was like, I don't know. So I went to my friends and I was like, hey, help me choose. None of them helped me because they all chose something different. So I was like, this is really helpful, guys. So I ended up deciding to go with the one that I kept going back to, and it's called Books and Flowers. And so here's a photo of what it will look like. It's really long. It's on 28 count. I think it's like 42 inches long, whatever that is, however many feet that is, 12, 24, 36, so it's a little over 3 feet, so it's really long. It's only 18 inches wide, or like 12 or something. It's pretty small, like wide, but it's really long. So, I started this yesterday, like I said. The artist is I think it's like it's either an Instagram artist or I'm not really sure. But let me go find it, because I want to give all of the information. It is on Instagram. It's called SVG, Yeah, You Know Me. I don't know, but anyway, that part doesn't really, they have the information on the chart, so. Anyway, here is where it is now, at the moment. So, not much to look at, but You can see the little blobs, and those are on the chart, so they are charted there. Which is, it's, when you actually, and like you saw it, when you actually look at it, it looks almost like watercolor-esque, so it makes sense that there's kind of like little blobs there. I have it on a whole yard of fabric. I haven't cut it yet. And it's not going to go all the way across. It's going to go like to there. It's very, very not, I mean, you know. But I needed the whole yard because I need it to be really long. So anyway, I will probably cut this once I get across. I'm not sure. I could probably cut it and just go, you know, it's fine. But we all know I'm a weirdo and I don't like to cut my, and I serged all the edges of this. So like the edges are serged, but I did start it. So not much to see yet, but anyway, so that's the new start. And I think the other ones are all, I think you've seen all the other ones. Or maybe you haven't seen one of them. There might be another one in here that's a new start. I think there is. I think there's 2 new starts here. So I'll show the other new start, which I think is a new start, because I don't think I've shown this. And it's in one of my Black Cat Stitchery bags. And this one is called Hogwarts. I think this is Hogwarts. Let me double check. This is what I think it is. Yes. This one's called Hogwarts. This one is, hold on. We all know I need the information. This one is by DarkXStitch, and I believe her or her daughter are the artist of this one. Yeah, so here's the photo. And I didn't show this in the last video because I just started on the 14th of this month. So, now this one, and like we all know, the goals are always to get to at least a page, or the equivalent of a page finish. So for my books, my books and flowers, to get to a page, I think it's like 3,500. To get to a page for this one, it was a lot. It was like, I think it was 7. No, it was smaller than a Hade, so it was like 5,000. It was almost 6,000 stitches, I think. So I did it, and I really love how this looks. So here is where it is. And I do have this on hand-dyed fabric, which I'm actually enjoying. I know it kind of like wastes the hand-dyed fabric, but it's stuff I already have, and I'm going to use it more readily if I use it with full coverage. And quite frankly, it's really fun to like stitch on. It's less boring than stitching on white. I do love stitching on white. I don't have a problem stitching on white. But I'm having fun stitching on the colorful fabric. So this is on Starry Night by Grace Notes Fabrics. And I also really like stitching on it because when you get to like the dark parts on a dark fabric, you can't see through. Not that I can see through usually on 28 count. My stitches are fairly dense on 28 count, but like, you know, sometimes you have those little like weird stitches and you can't see through, or it's harder to tell the fabric underneath of it rather than white. But anyway, here it is. Here's what it's looking like, so we can see the tree, or a tree, in the corner. It's going to take me a while to get to any fun part of this, probably, unless my wheel spins it again, like the next time I spin my wheel, but, you know. Here we are. So yeah, that's like, it's, I think, something around 6,000. It's like 5,700 or something. I can tell you. Not that it really matters, because I don't usually tell. Yeah, 5,720 is a page, or ish, page-ish. Yeah, so that's that. So those are my 2 new starts. Now I have just whips and things you've seen before. I think they're all, the rest are things you've seen before. What is this? What is this? Is this something you've seen before? Hold on. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is, yes, I do. So you just saw this last time. I had just started it. And wherever it is, if I can find it, this is called, and here I'll show a picture. This is called Whimsical Pitbull. And it's by, I think it's a Tilton Crafts chart, isn't it? Or no. Yes, it's a Tilton Crafts chart. And I don't know who the artist is. Hold on 1 second. Let me go to Instagram because that's the best place to find the information. The artist is Amazing Grace Media. So, yeah, so you saw this last time, but I did get a little bit, I got quite a bit further actually. I think I was just at the beginning of the ear the last time I showed you. And here is where it is now. So it's really, the ear is really apparent. Now, if you didn't know what the picture was, and I didn't tell you it was an ear, like a dog ear, like one of those I think they're called like rose ears or whatever, is like what most pit bulls have. If I didn't tell you that, you probably would not have any clue what that was. But it definitely looks like a pitty ear, especially if I, like, when I keep going into, but there was a lot of colors in there, as you can see. Lots of colors. So, and this is on, I think it's I don't know how to say it. Where even is the tag? Oh no. Oh, I forgot. I pulled the tag off by accident. Maestoso, by Grace Notes. Basically all of my colored lugana is from Grace Notes, so just know. If it's not on white, which most of the time even the white is from Grace Notes, because I just text her like, hey, can you bring a yard of white plain old lugana to wherever? Like this weekend, I was like, hey, can you just cut me like a yard of lugana? She was like, yeah. So, and they're all on 28 count. I think everything I'm showing today is on 28 count. One thing's on 28 count, linen, but it's still on 28 count. But anyway, so that's that. That is Whimsical Pitbull. So that will also go away until my wheel spins it again, which it could. So I turned off, and I think I mentioned this, I turned off the non-repeating, like they can repeat. So if I spin something and then it spins again the next time, I'll work on it. It just means that I'll get more progress on things. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of how I'm doing it. Okay. The next thing is, oh, I forgot to show the bag. This is a Sheba Designs bag that I got at the Grace Notes retreat. That's what my pit bull is in. So, and then this is another Black Cat X-Stitchery bag. I just think it's so cute. And inside of here, I don't have a digital cover photo, so I will show you, is my 324. So that is what it will look like. So much better in person, like the real thing. So much better. If I can get this back in the bag. And it's tiny because it is on 28 count. Here it is. So I did catch up as of yesterday. So this is this is as of yesterday. So I'm, today's would be here, but I don't work on it every day. I just catch up. Yeah. So this is 1/1 on 28 count. Just plain old white. And I know some people are doing it on like color fabric, but it was so many, it's 324 colors, right? So I was like, I'm not going to do it on a colorful fabric just because I'm nervous to like clash with any of the colors. So I just did it on white, which isn't my norm. Like most things, if it's not full coverage, I'll do it on some sort of color fabric. But this specifically, I didn't want to. So yeah, that's that. It's really fun. It's really a cool stitch, and it's really nice because some of the motifs don't take that long. Like, they're not complicated, but it is nice to go from motif like diagonal to just a 25 stitch block. Like this whole diagonal is just a 25 stitch block each, and I know it's 7 stitches away from each other diagonally. So I don't even have to look at the pattern. I just go 7 stitches diagonally, start the 5 by 5 block, do the 5 by 5 block, and then keep moving down. And so all I have to see is what color goes where, and then I'm off, you know? So it's really easy. Once you, and I didn't realize it was 7, like they were 7 away from each other until about halfway. And then once I realized that, I was like, this is going to be way easier than I had made it before. Okay, and then the last WIP that I currently have is, of course, my wedding piece. You know, when this bag comes out, it's my wedding piece. So I made it to 48%. I think Monday, right? Because I started that yesterday, and yesterday was Tuesday. So Monday night, I stayed up a little later than I wanted to, especially because I didn't sleep like basically at all this past weekend, because I stayed up till like 3 or 3:30 every day, and then I got up. Well, I mean, I got up between like 7. And the last day I got up at like 9 because I was exhausted. 3 o'clock in the morning is a late night for me. 12 is usually how late I'll stay up at any point, like at any retreat too. I don't think I've really stayed up past then. But this weekend I was like, you know, I had all week off. I have this whole week off. I can recover so I can stay up. Yeah, anyway. So I stayed up Monday too. Not too late, like I think 10:30, which I know for most people is like, that's not late. It is late for me, but I stayed up to get to 48%. So here it is. Yay! Look at that! I'm so pleased. We'll do a close-up in a minute. I just love that. And I still have a lot of ways to go down at the bottom because it's 500 by 7 something. So I still have a ways to go, but we'll do the close-ups now because, you know, we love it. We all love to see the close-ups. Here, I'll let you see his face a little longer. But I did basically the percent that I did started like here-ish and was this whole diagonal down to, where am I now? Here. So all of this up to here was 1%. So it is getting, they are, my percentages now are basically, you know, a little less than 1 full diagonal. About a diagonal, or a little, you know, 3/4 of a diagonal. So the next percent will be like here, and then probably a good chunk into this next diagonal. But anyway, I'll go back to doing the close-ups. So I finished my wrist, if I could get it to do what I want. Finished my wrist, his elbow is completely done, so now I'm into the other half of his arm. His boutonniere is almost done. He's got a little bit left here, and then, you know, the rest of it will just be his jacket and his pants. And then I'm getting pretty far into, like, my bouquet is basically done. Like, let's take a gander. Let's take a good look at my bouquet here. Because I think it looks so good. Like, that is a good looking. That's good looking. I mean, it looks fairly realistic. If you're me. I think it looks realistic. And it looks even almost more realistic on the camera than it does in real life. Although other people would say the opposite. But now I'm just doing the waterfall, basically. Like, I'm done the part that my hands are holding, which, boy, was a heavy bouquet. And I was holding this with one arm. I remember, basically, my arm was shaking. Like, shaking. Should have lifted weights before getting married. Didn't know I was going to be holding, like, a 50-pound thing in my hand. It was so heavy. Okay, it wasn't 50, but it was heavy. But yeah, now I'm just doing the waterfall. So, and eventually there'll be a shoe down here. This will be his shoe, my friend Vinny. And then my maid of honor who's back here, her shoe will be down here somewhere. You'll see her shoe come in. I think those are the only other people than us that we have left to put in, like, things from them. Just shoes. And then the rest of my dress and the rest of him, because he's basically not done at all. Got a lot to do. I'm just glad his tie is pretty. When I was stitching it, I was like, I don't know, you can't really tell that he, like, the color of this is basically the same color as his shirt. And so I was like, I don't know, but then actually looking at it, I'm like, oh no, you can tell. Like, you can tell that's a tie. You can see it up here, you can see it over here. It fades into his shirt, but that's okay, because that's kind of what happened. It's such a pale pink. The actual tie was such a pale pink that, you know. But anyway. So pleased with this. I am so pleased with this. Maybe I'll be able to get to 50% by the end of the year. That's going to be kind of my goal, but if I don't, that's okay. I'll get it by January. Maybe by my birthday. If I don't get it by the end of the year, I'll try to get to 50% by my birthday, because my birthday is January 21st. So we'll see. But anyway, that is that. I probably showed the cover photo at some point, even though you don't really need it, because, you know, after 50% or around 50%, you kind of know what's going on, for the most part. Okay, now I'll show my finish, and then I'll show my my laced pieces. And this is in one of my, again, Black Cat X-Stitchery bags. I got it at the Grace Notes Retreat. Not this year, but last year. The first one. Okay, and this is my Majestic Lace. And I'm not going to show a cover photo because, like I said, I finished it. And I finished this Friday night? I believe I finished this Friday night. Well, really, it was Saturday morning because it was like 3:30 in the morning. So anyway, here it is. This is yeah. That's the front. I cut out the part of me showing you the whole back, but the back doesn't look bad. I mean, the back looks basically the same as the front, but it's not as good. So yeah. All done. This is by WorksbyABC, same as the 324. And the fabric is an oopsie fabric. It's a mystery fabric from Grace Notes Fabrics, so it is unfortunately not available. But yeah, so basically I had said I have to finish this part. I don't know if I did before the last video, but I finished this part and then I was like, great, I'll put it away, I'll work on something else. I did. And then I took it to one of my like day stitching groups, like the morning ones. And I did this outline thing in the middle, just the one stitch outline. And then I started this flower. And then I was like, okay, like that's good. I had said I was going to work on something else. Well, then I went to my retreat this weekend and I was like, it's 10%. It's like it's a little over 3,000 stitches. I can do it. So Friday, I pulled this bad boy out and all I had to do was this inside. Y'all, this inside is 3,300 stitches. I did it in one day. I mean, kind of. I did it in less than 24 hours. So I'm feeling good about myself. I think I started stitching at like 8 in the morning and I finished stitching at 3:30 in the morning ish. So there's that. And yes, I'm counting all the half stitches as a stitch because Pattern Keeper just counts it as a stitch. So it's less than 3,300, but it's basically 3,300 stitches. It's probably closer to like 3,000 stitches. But still, that's a lot of stitches to do in a day. Now, it's also easier because it's all one color. But, yeah. So it is done. This is 28 count linen. Like I said, it's an oopsie fabric. Can't get it. One and only. I was going to say something else about this. Oh, I did not do it in the called for floche. I did it in 2 strands. The full stitches are 2 strands of B5200. She used Blanc, I think, like Blanc or white floche. I used 2 strands of regular old B5200 cotton for the full stitches, and then for the half stitches, I did 1 strand of B5200. And I think, I mean, it looks pretty lacy to me. Like because it's definitely like, it's obvious there's stitches there, but it is more see-through like that lace kind of is. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to keep showing it. It's so big. Everybody's like, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, I'm probably going to frame it and hang it somewhere. I don't know. I have to find a wall that's big enough for it in this house. Might have to wait to go into the next house. I have one wall I can think of, but it's like nobody goes in that room. So, other than me. We'll see. And I can't put anything upstairs because we have an attic bedroom. So, our ceiling is, we have an eave. So we can't really hang anything easily up there. But anyway, that's my finish. And now I can send this off. I could have given it to Colleen at the retreat, but I wanted to have it for the video and to show at some of my groups. So anyway, speaking of Colleen from Grace Notes Stitchers, Grace Notes Fabrics / Stitchers, she is lacing. And if you want to utilize her services, you can get in touch with them because she will lace your pieces for you. She won't like frame them fully, but she will lace them. So I had given her 2 pieces for her to lace at the Grace Notes retreat. So she took them home and she laced them, and she bases her prices on like the piece, you know, the piece itself. So here is one of them that is laced. Look at that. That's crazy, isn't it? That's why I don't do this. This is why she does this for me. So she laced this, and it is ready to go in a frame. so cute. Look at how so cute it is. I know you've seen this already, but I just love that it's on a board. And then here is the second one. So good. Now I gotta figure out. Again, the crazy back. I don't understand this lacing madness. I did not take the class at the Grace Notes retreat this year, so, but I don't, it's not my thing. Oh, and I forgot to pull out, I did get a giftie at retreat. I got a little gift from Sherry. My friend Sherry, she stitched me something, but I put it into my roll and I don't feel like taking it out. So I will show it, maybe once I fully finish it, I will show it. I'm not going to fully finish it. I'm going to get somebody else to do it because I want to make a pillow. And I can't do that because I don't have a sewing machine or sew. Okay, so then the last things are my kind of haul. It's a very small haul. It's like we had a fundraiser. Well, we didn't. Grace Notes Fabrics had a fundraiser for the hurricanes that were happening. So we, I think it was 50% of the proceeds went to relief, like hurricane relief. And they did a lot. I think they sent over $4,000. I want to say. I don't remember exactly, but I think they sent something like $4,000, which is crazy. It's a lot of money. And that was just half. So like, y'all, I'm pretty sure it was half. I'm pretty sure they did half. But anyway, their fabric for that was called Higher Ground. And at first I was just going to get a quarter. And I was like, who are we talking to? So I was like, I'll just get a whole half. So I ended up getting a whole half, and I'm not sure this is going to show up correctly. Of course not really. So it is, oh, kind of, that's a little bit better. It is blue, and then like fading to green, kind of all over the place. It's so good. I'm pretty sure it's probably supposed to be this way, because like, I'm not sure if this is supposed to represent water, and earth or sky, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but I did get a 32 count linen in this fabric. So that came to me like right after my last video. You know, that's always how it happens here. And then I got my fabric of the month at my little retreat, if I can get it out of the bag. And I really like both of them this time. Like, I don't know if I have a favorite. So I will show you the neutral. So I'm in the neutral and the color club. And I mean, they're neutral this month. I don't know if I would call it a neutral. I mean, it's neutral, but like, it's not what other people might like think of neutral. So I get the 32 count linen in the neutral fabric. Here it is. I love this. It is called Storm. It is coming up a little bit more purple on the camera than it is. I mean, it's definitely purple, but it is not that purple. It is more of a gray purple. I'm not sure it's not as dark as it's showing up on camera. It is not quite that dark, but it is pretty. Like that modeling though, like look at that. I love it. I love this. It is absolutely a piece that I could use for a Halloween piece. And I said that to her because they do not dye specifically for Halloween. Because they don't, you know, Halloween's not their holiday. They don't really celebrate. But I was like, and she started laughing. And then the color of the month is called Rustic Rose, and I get this in a 28 count Lugana. And again, this will probably be used for a full coverage at some point. Even though it's so pretty, I could probably find another use for it. But I'm not a pink person, but I like this one. And I think I like this one because they called it Rustic Rose, and the modeling has this really cool, like, you're not going to be able to, it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost peachy. Like, I don't know what it is about this specifically. Like, I don't like pink, but I love this. And I think it's because the name screams what this is. Like, it is very much like rustic, like, kind of fading rose. Like, you know what I mean? You probably don't. I'm just talking. But it is so pretty. I really like this. So both of them this month, just done. Done and doner. I was like, yes, please, and thank you. And then the last thing I have to show is kind of a sneak peek, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. So if you have been onto the Grace Notes Fabrics website recently, you'll have noticed that there is a section in the, like, flosses list, like where you can get your, like, DMC and whatever. They have the floss tones. And this is Jamie, who is Corinne's sister, does these. So she dyes them. The base is like a DMC base, and she dyes the flosses. For the most part, she uses the same or pretty similar recipes for her flosses as they do for the fabrics. But she's trying something new, and I don't think these are up yet, so I don't think you can buy them yet. But I, saw them this weekend, and we get a little bit of a sneak preview. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview of something new that she's trying. This hair is really annoying me. It won't go under my ear. Stay. And this is called Melody in Navy. Y'all. She's trying this, what is it called? Variegation. And it's so hard to tell. Okay, there. That's a little bit better. But it's like navy up here, kind of goes into a light blue / white blue situation, into like a really dark, kind of blue-gray situation. It's so pretty. This was the only one that I saw I was like, I need. So, but I also only really buy fancy floss when it is some sort of variegation. I don't really buy fancy floss that's just like a single tone. But, y'all, that is so good. Look at that. Anyway, these will be up, I think, soon. If not already. But, sneak preview. So, that is that. That's everything. 40 minutes is not too bad. 40 minutes is not a bad video. I don't know. Okay, so let me talk about plans, maybe, kind of. I'm not really sure. Well, plans for FY, oh my gosh. That's what I say. That's what I say at work, because we work in fiscal years. And I almost just said FY25. We're in FY25. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Wow. For next year, for 2025, I almost did it again. I almost said FY25 again. For the year 2025, I decided to jump in to the Haid sale. I know, y'all are screaming, but I think I can finish it. They're not huge. If I do like 7,500 stitches a month on it, which is doable for me, as we can see, if I can do that in a month, I can finish it. by the end of the year. So I plan to start it, and I plan to finish it next year. It'll be my first and only Haid finish at the moment, so far. And if I do that, and part of the big reason I'm doing that is because we all know I work in diagonals. Because I work in diagonals, their page finish, they want to see like an actual page finish. So you can do 6 page finishes, like full page finishes, to get the other 11 charts for free for like the sal. Well, I don't work in pages, and I'm not going to start working in pages for this project. I'm going to still do my diagonals to the best of my abilities. I'm going to do the diagonals. Now you only get, I think it's like 3 pages a month, so I won't be able to go a full diagonal, but I will do diagonals, you know, the way I can, however I can, with however they send it to us. So, because of that, I decided I was just going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to finish the whole thing because I don't work in pages. It's going to be really annoying for me to have to like work in pages if that's not the way I work, and I don't want to not like the project. So I'm just going to go diagonal. If I do finish it and do the whole, like finish the whole thing, I get not only the 11 like other charts, I also get a free like full-sized Haid from the website, like whatever one I choose. So, you know, do I need another Haid? No. Am I gonna get another Haid? Hopefully. For free. So I am doing it. I decided I'm doing Jelly World, which I'll put up here what it will look like. It is not on the website. It was created specifically for the sal. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. I don't really care for any of the other ones. They're fine, but they're not screaming like do me. Like if this wasn't part of it, I probably wouldn't have joined. But this one, and because you can't get it on the website, done. So I am joining that sal. Also, since I finished my Majestic Lace, so we all know my kind of rotation was spin the wheel, do the goal on the piece on the wheel, get to that goal, do 3, 2, 4, then pull out my wedding piece, get to my goal, my 1% on wedding piece, do 3, 2, 4 again if I need to, and then pull out my Majestic Lace and get to the goal on Majestic Lace. Well, now I've done Majestic Lace, so now all I have is my wheel, my wedding piece, and 3, 2, 4. I had said once I finished my Majestic Lace, I was going to start my chatelaine. I still do want to start my chatelaine. I'm debating whether I start my chatelaine in the new year, or like so I can try to get to 50% on my wedding piece. And if I do that, then start my chatelaine, or if I just start my chatelaine for the next round of my rotation, which I currently just started the next round of my rotation. I don't know. I haven't decided. If you have thoughts, let me know. I think I'm leaning more towards trying to get to the 50% and not starting my chatelaine until I do that on my wedding piece. I think that's where I'm leaning because I'd love to get to 50%. So I don't know. But anyway, so that's the plan. For next year's rotation, I wrote this down. For next year's rotation, because I'm adding in Jelly World, the Haid sal, on the first of the month, I'll start Jelly World. I'll go until I get to the goal. And then I will do 3, 2, 4, because 3, 2, 4 is going to take me, 3, 2, 4 is going to take me until like sometime in February to finish. So I'll keep doing 3, 2, 4 until it's done in February. So it'll be Jelly World, and then once I get to the goal, I'll do 3, 2, 4, and then I'll work on my wedding piece, 1%, just like how I've been doing. And if I need to, I'll do 3, 2, 4 again. If I still have time in the month, I'll spin my wheel, I'll do that, and then pull out 3, 2, 4 again, catch back up. And then if I still have time, which I don't think I'm going to, that's when I would do my chatelaine. If I get that far. The chatelaine is not going to be the focus piece for next year. The focus pieces are going to be my wedding piece and the Hades Sal. Those are the two pieces that I will work on each month. Especially once 324 is done in February, that I'm not going to add anything to like cover that space. I do have the second version that Arlene put out, which is the specialty stitch version. I'm going to wait on that until I'm done the Hades Sal. So probably I won't start that until 2026. But next year, the two focuses are going to be Jelly World and my wedding piece. Chatelaine will come in if I have time, and any other projects will come in if I have time. But I'm not super, those two are going to be the focus. And I think that'll be fine. And 324 until it's done. But that's going to be, like I said, February. So not too long into the year. Anyway, so that's also why I'm kind of hesitant to start the chatelaine, because I don't even know if I'm going to really work on it next year. So I don't really want to start it and then be like, oh, I really want to work on it. Like, I really, really, really want to work on it, and then I don't focus on the two things that I really do want to work on, and try to finish, because those two, like, have more of a purpose. You know what I mean? And I'm a little intimidated by the chatelaine. But, whatever. We'll see. So I think I'm leaning to not even starting the chatelaine until maybe 2026. I don't know. We'll see. All of that to be said. It has now been almost 50 minutes, so I should probably let you go. Hey, at least this is a long video, and I've been rambling. But those are the kind of very up in the air plans. Well, some of them are concrete, but most of it's up in the air. So, anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do some stitching. My husband's at work. It's almost 11:30, so I still have plenty of time to get some stitches in. I went to the liquor store this morning, bought some spiced wine to drink when we put our Christmas decorations up this weekend. Yes, I love to drink while I put my decorations up. It is a great time. It'll be the dog's first Christmas for real, because last year we got him the day after Christmas. So he's never actually had a Christmas with us. But I have his advent calendar, so that starts, when's the 1st? On Saturday? No, Sunday? Whatever the first of December is. He'll get his first advent. So, yay. But anyway, I will let you go. I will talk to you at the end of December. I'm debating whether to do a WIP parade with the things I've worked on this year. If I can remember what I've worked on this year. It may just be a what full coverages have I worked on this year type thing, because I can't remember all the projects that I've worked on. But, so it might be a small-ish WIP parade. Next year, hopefully, I'll actually do a WIP parade of the things that I've worked on. I just don't want to do a full WIP parade because it's 78 projects, or it's almost 80 projects, so it's a lot of projects. Anyway, I'll let you go. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Have a good Thanksgiving, everybody who celebrates Thanksgiving. I may or may not see you before Christmas. I may do my next video after Christmas. I'm not sure yet, but either way, have a good Thanksgiving, have a good Christmas. I will see you before the new year. Have a good one. Bye.